Happy Monday, everybody. Wow, we've got a full house. Thank you so much for the raid, Carrie. I greatly appreciate it. And thank you for everyone who came over. I am VJ, and this is Make Along Monday, where we get to share what we did over the weekend, what our makes are, share what we're working on for My Life in a Bag, which is my pet charity. The link for that is in the description. We had the community has decided that they would rather have political talk on my political channel. So all things political are over at Val Jean's World, and the link for that is in the description. So let's see who's here because we got a lot of people here. Yay! Kathleen is here. It's 58 in the Bronx. I'm doing well. Just got back from Burlington store with Sister Mallory. I have raspberry tea in my cup. Woo! Wait a minute. Nana's Cooking Craft Corner. Nana, so nice to meet you. Thank you for coming. I hope you like it here. Before I forget, because I suffer from CRS. For everyone who was impacted by the storm this past weekend, uh, love, prayers, and everything you need. It was horrible. I am in St. Louis, and luckily my state still has their alarms. I had alarms going for 2 hours. It was really horrible. My little part of the world is fine. The township south of me had roofs torn off the homes, so I was very lucky. Charlotte says, hello, Carrie. I subscribe to your channel. Prank. Charlotte, you've been here for a while. Charlotte, you're home today. Yay. Um, Charlotte is one of my replay warriors, and she's always here on replay. It is so good to see you here in person, Charlotte. Sam, good morning. Hope you had a chance to hit the like button as you entered. Please and thank you. And if you are on the TV, you can still hit the like button, I've been told. There's Chris. She has flavored water and Mitts Redo on hook. I still have to do that thumb on the hook, but I've been doing other things, and I'll tell you about that as soon as I get through. There's my cousin Michelle, and she did not have any damage either. I touched bases with her on Saturday. Yeah, she's got the babies. She has two babies that she takes care of regularly that just turned one. So yeah, she got her hands full. Dinky Jen, hello. And Michelle's going to tell me what it is. She's got 66 degrees. The wind is 15 miles per hour, and the humidity is 22%. You're warmer than I am because my computer says I'm only at 63, but it's still better than yesterday. Yesterday, we were in the upper 40s. Yeah, it was not nice. Pebbly Poo, spreading joy, love, and happiness, prayers, peace, and calm. Woosah. And why do we craft? We craft because it saves lives. Dinky Jen has 41 degrees. See, that's what I had yesterday when I woke up. The wind is 9 miles per hour and the humidity is 80%. We had some horrendous wind. We really did. Everybody speaking. Coley, hello, how are you? Thank you for coming. And Coley is in the middle of the state. And if I remember correctly, on Saturday you told me you did not have any damage. I have to double check myself. So what did everybody do this weekend? And if you haven't already told me what you're working on, what are you working on? Coley has 71 degrees. The wind is 19 miles per hour and the humidity is 21%. For all of you who are still on March the 17th. Happy St. Patty's Day. And yeah, I forgot to wear green because I forgot it was St. Patrick's Day. And oh, wait a minute. I got teal. Does that count? I have teal. And today is my late husband's birthday. He passed in '05, so he's been gone longer than we were even married. But it is what it is. Dinky Jen says we have another warming this week from Wednesday. It's supposed to be warmer today, tomorrow. I think tomorrow we're supposed to be close to 70. And I have to go and get my car inspected. Now, here's the thing. I guess I need to save this for the political channel. Forget it. Wrong channel. Yeah. So I finally sat down. Okay. I had 2 power surges Friday night. Saturday, all the green lights were on my alarm, and I'm going, I spent $40 to buy a new battery that I don't need. Well, by Saturday night, it was red again. So I get on the computer, I look at the videos, I'm reading the little pamphlet, and the screw to take the cover plate off is underneath it. Well, for me to bend over and look at this screw and work going this way, it wasn't working. So I got my exercise ball, and still had a crate of yarn that I haven't unpacked. I popped my laptop on the crate of yarn. I sat on the exercise ball, which made me short enough that I could just work straight. It took me an hour to change a battery, but I finally got it done. And I have all green lights on the alarm. Yeah, I'm excited because anybody who knows me knows I hate that little beep, and I had to put on the alarm for stay, and then I would forget and open the door, and the stupid thing would scream at me. Yeah, it was. Michelle is working on a modern granny square that she is turning into a top. Wish me luck. I wish you luck because is it the pattern that we found? Tammy, hello, hello. It is good to see you. How are you? What are you working on? Coley says today is her boyfriend's birthday. Well, happy birthday to your boyfriend. Pebble says close enough. Yeah, girl, it was close enough. I tell you. Loopy, hello, hello. So good to see you. Thank you for coming. How are you? How was your weekend? Are you safe? And what are you working on? Pebble says anything. You mean nothing special? You plan on anything special planned, Coley? Because I'm looking at Coley thinking coffee. Yeah, I know. I'm looking at Coley. I'm thinking coffee. Did anybody in the chat say coffee? Surely somebody said coffee. Coffee is my friend. And yep, I got it done. I got it done. Jen says, I'm knitting sock number 2 in DK for James McIntosh. She's getting married. He's getting married. Tell him I said congratulations. With the best men already arrived from Germany. Oh, they're going to party all week. Oh, that is awesome. I am so jealous. I am so jealous. OMG. So wait a minute. He's getting married, but where is he? Where, because he's not in Hull. Is he in London? Where in London are they? Where in England are they getting married? Because my brother-in-law got married in Stratford upon Avon. I did not have nearly long enough there. It was so much fun. It was so much fun. Tammy is working on Whipston. She has iced tea. Michelle says, not the same pattern. You mean all the time I went through and I found that pattern for you and you found the graft and now you're not going to make it? Wait until I see you. I am making 2 modern granny squares and creating a top that will attach at the shoulders. Okay, go for it. Go for it. Tammy is working on whips and iced tea. And Coley says Olive Garden. Coley, you know you can't just throw that out there to me. What did I miss? Today is my boyfriend's birthday too. Oh, and you're taking him to Olive Garden? You know I can't connect the dots. I actually didn't think Olive Garden was still open. And then my daughter asked me, did I want to go? And I'm like, they're closed. And she's like, no, they're not. We were there a couple of weeks ago. So I went to Olive Garden and it was much better than it had been. I was pleasantly surprised. Okay, Rita, welcome in. Good to see you. How are you? You know, this thing never works this fast. So since we're here, okay, Sarah is the only one who posted this week for My Life in the Bag. And yes, I was over here pushing buttons and it just popped up on me. So here we go. She's got a child scarf and hat. Well, she's got the child scarf. She hasn't done the hat yet. And for all you purple lovers, here's the purple. Mandala ombre. That is going to be cute. Rita, hello, hello. How are you? Thank you for coming. Working on my patience and understanding that stupid pattern. I am giving up. My brain is stupid. Which pattern, Rita? What's going on? Which pattern? Yes, Pebbles asked me. Okay, thank you. Because I was like, I missed something, and I did. Michelle says that pattern is still on my list. This is something I can do with a variegated yarn, and that pattern requires a couple of solid yarns. Uh, not like you don't have any solid yarn, right? Come on now, you've got how many cases of how many totes of yarn there? Wait a minute, hold up. Excuse me, cousin. I am sure in all those totes in the storage unit, you can find some solid yarn. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Tammy says it's open there in Ohio. Okay. I think we have one in St. Louis County. I'm not sure about anywhere else because I had thought it was closed. And Nana saying hello to everyone. Is that the chai colorway? I don't know. It says mandala. Oh, well, okay. You're going to make me go read. She did not get, hold on, before I say. Hold up, wait a minute. She's got it laying down on the band, so I don't know. I do not know. Let me see if she says anything in the actual chat. You got me on most relevant. Can I have all comments, please? And thank you. Okay. Nope, she doesn't say. I don't know. That would be a Sarah question. She will probably be in here shortly. Lord, I lost my chat. How did that happen? How did that happen? Okay, I have to go down to the Chi Chai. There we go. Outlaw, welcome in. Good to see you. How are you? Not staying long, left you a thumbs up. Thank you so much, Bad Connection. I am so sorry. Have a beautiful, truly blessed day and night, everyone. Outlaw, thank you so much for coming by. I greatly appreciate it. Yeah, the internet was really, well, I didn't have any electricity. And of course, Shorty came over last night and disappeared. And I'm like, what are you doing? She says, I'm fixing the time on my clock. And I'm like, oh, okay. Carry on. I didn't know she knew how to fix the time on the clock. I'm fixing the time on my clock. Because in her guest room, if it's not the same time that is on the phone or the tablet, she spazzes out. Everything's got to be on the same time. Jen says, I'm guessing from the email that the registry office is in London where they live. He is doing a special product launch on Wednesday. I'll give you details as I get them. He's going to do a special product launch on Wednesday and then get married on Friday. And on Saturday, everybody's going to start ordering this special yarn. And he's not going to be there or is he not taking a honeymoon? Or then it's none of my business. Forget I asked that. Loopy says, I'm doing well this weekend. Ducks were swimming in the street, but they stayed dry. Oh my gosh. I've been using insomnia to get further into my lace weight shawl. Ooh, and was also able to get some yarn spun as well. Oh, that is fantastic. Sugar, how you doing? So good to see you. How was your weekend? Why are you laughing at me? Well, you know my middle name is Question. You know I'm going to ask. Just forget. Just forget it. My mother used to ask me, don't you get tired of asking questions? And I remember stopping and thinking about it for a minute. And then I looked at her and said, no. I wanted to know. I would ask. She's like, don't you get tired of asking questions? No, not at all. Sam, Rita Sam is saying, don't be calling my friend stupid. Rita still hasn't told me what pattern she's having trouble with. Mom probably rolled over. Jen says, Sonic is coming on in 3 minutes. I will be playing you both for the next hour. Sonic is late because you're usually rating me after Sonic is on. Do what's good for you. You agree. Thank you so much. I like people to agree with me. Yes, I know I have it, but I wanted something quick. See. But even if it's not a quick pattern, if you're doing it, it's still going to be quick. Stop messing with me. You forgot, cousin, that I know you. Leave me alone. You're just making excuses, and you know I'm not going to accept them. So keep talking. It's okay. I'll still love you. It's okay. It's all right. Charlotte is saying hi to everyone. Water in my cup and face cloth on my hook. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Everybody is speaking. Nana wants to know what everyone is making, and she wants to know what I'm making. Oh, holy smokes, Nana. Okay, Confessions of a Crafter. I have been making convertible mittens for my daughter all year. I only have to do the thumb. Have I done the thumb? Nope. I've gotten addicted to the political channels, and I've started my own political channel to give my take on the stupidness that is happening in my country. And then to get mellow from the stupidness, I have discovered the Karen videos. And I have gone down the HOA Karen rabbit hole. So no, there's no crocheting. I did go downstairs yesterday and I got the black cotton yarn that Shorty wants me to make her a ruffled hat in black. And I've got the yarn sitting next to me. I've got the hook. Have I put the two together? No. I put on another Karen video. And I'm going live tomorrow. Have I decided what the topic is? No, because every time they come up with something, the courts say, no, you can't do that. And I'm sitting here going, Well, I'll just wait and see what you end up with, and then I'll tell you how I feel about it because they keep saying you can't do that. Everybody is speaking. I love it, love it, love it. So I am the ruffled hat is black, and the mittens are black and Mexicana held together. And it is pretty. And I need to finish it. And it's just I just keep going down the rabbit hole. And my poor little feeble brain, I don't multitask as well as I used to, so I can't watch TV and crochet. If I'm watching TV, I don't crochet. If I'm crocheting, I don't watch TV. It's kind of like I can't do them all at the same time anymore. It's a little frustrating. Pebbles says, "Oh my, it's the Sun Bunny Parade at my place." Oh, Pebbles, Pebbles, Pebbles. Oh, I love it. I'm here for it. Sam says, "Isn't it always a?" Yes, it is. It's always a bunny parade at her house. It always is. It is. At Nana, I'm honest. You ask me a question, I'll give you the honest answer. I won't. First of all, if I told you a lie, I wouldn't remember the lie, and I'll get caught up in the lie. It's easier just to tell you the truth and own it and go on about my business because it's like, yep, I did it. That's what happened. It's me all over. Zach, 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 Zach. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, BJ, we love you. BJ, yay, yay, we love you. Sorry, Zach, you use the S word. How you doing, Zach? Are you at work? Angela, hey, all just sitting around and working on crafts. What are you working on, Angela? And trying to get some crocheting done. And how are you feeling, Angela? I hope you are better than you were. Michelle saying hi to everybody she missed. Everybody saying hi to hi. Oh, I see. VJ was the kid who asked why to everything. Well, no, I didn't always ask when they were speaking to me. I didn't always say why, but I would be doing something or they would say something on TV and then I would go ask about it because I didn't understand what they were talking about. So I'd go ask. But I wasn't the kid that every time they said something, it was like, why? No, I had a whole legitimate question. So my mother would have to stop and think about what I asked and then give me an answer. And then I go off and come up with something else and come back. And she's like, look, child. Michelle says I was laughing because you were taking my yarn inventory and you weren't wrong. I know it. I know it because we had that talk on Friday. So yeah, I actually sometimes remember what we talk about. Yeah, and we had that talk because I was like, looking the totes in your bedroom, and it's like, no, you can just go to the storage shed. I know you got some solids out there. I know you do. Don't play. Oh, thank you, Nana. Thank you. And I didn't have to go to the storage unit to get the short. Yeah, but you didn't get the solids. I said you had to go to the storage unit to get the solids. See, don't pretend that you didn't understand that. Dinky says, no, your time moved forward. You're, oh. Oh, yeah, because that's right, because Hobby Bingo was 11, but I was thinking that was Sweden. That's all of the EU? You're all on the same time? Because I know France and England are the same time. Do you have the same time zones we have? Inquiring minds want to know. I saw that. I saw that. I was so and okay. Dory, I was trying to schedule the live for Granny D, and I kept waiting and trying and waiting and trying. And so I went to YT to do something else, and you popped up, and I was like, oh, that's right. We got to go to Dory's. So I went back in and looked for you, and I said, I'm sitting there typing, and I go, she didn't give me permissions because Randy forgot to tell her how to do permissions, and I forgot to call her yesterday to do permissions, and I saw you and clicked on it and was waiting for it to go bam, and it popped right in, and I'm like, oh, I have permission. So the bus is loaded, and we'll be heading over to your house after this. So who comes on after you? Be Froggy. Okay. Melanie, hello, sis. How are you? Thank you for coming. And for everybody who has been asking for Melanie's dolls and yarn, we are going to be doing a live sale, probably on Melanie's channel, Saturday, March the 29th at 11 a.m. Pacific. 12. So that'd be 1 p.m. Central and 2 p.m. Eastern. We'll be putting out blurbs. Sam says, so you got it delivered? Yes, she got it delivered. It was delivered to her room. Chris says, I switched to learning knitting from the Mitt Redo. Wish me luck. Good luck, Chris. May the force be with you. You can do it. I got gay because you can do Tunisian. You can do that. I've got great faith in you. You can do it. Nana says, what is that again you're making? A convertible mitten is the mitten that has the button in the palm and you unbutton it and pull it back so you can use your fingers. She didn't want fingerless gloves, but she wanted to use her fingers. You just have to know my daughter. They are gloves which have a flap that can be removed to expose your fingers if you want to use your fingers. Like if you want to use the phone. Michelle's asking everybody to hit the like button. Sam says, I hope that makes sense. Didn't do a great description. It was a perfect description. It was wonderful. It was wonderful. Yes, I do. I really do. Lacey, shalom. How are you? Thank you for coming. What is in your cup and what is on your hook? Yeah, it does, Nana. It really sounds good. Is there a pattern? There is. I am doing, it's not in here. Whose pattern am I doing? I'll put it in the description. I've got it in the description of one of my Make Along Mondays, but I don't know which one. Michelle, do you remember which fingerless glove pattern I'm doing? Somebody help me. If worst comes to worst, I'll go get it. Sam says, I think BJ has one. Yes, she will tell you when she. Oh, and I'm always 10 minutes behind in the chat. Just bear with me. I will get there when she catches up. Yep, I'm always 10 minutes behind because I stop and talk. See? Yep. And it's usually 10 minutes. When did you put that in? 3:06 is 3:13. Yeah. Hey, 13 minutes. I'm early. Yes, Lacey, honesty is the best. It really is. It really is. It keeps you out of trouble. Marsha Lee, welcome in. Happy Monday and happy Green Day. How are you doing? How are you doing with your cardigan? Or did you frog it and you're making a blanket? What are you working on, Marsha Lee? Angela is feeling okay, just wanting this crazy weather to girl. Don't talk about the crazy weather. I am just thankful and grateful that I still have my home. And I walked around and I looked at all of my ceilings and I had no new leaks. And I was like, Lacey says, I got in trouble in school for asking too many questions they didn't want to answer. Right? I question everything and dig for my own answers and the truth. I think that's why I got hung up in genealogy, because I'm always like, okay, why were they here? And what happened to this person? And who, wait a minute, he was married to this other woman. Where did you come from? Yeah. Yeah. Yes, chat is really behind. It's not that behind. It's only 13 minutes. That's good for 9 minutes. That's good for me. Pebble says, Marshally sitting in my happy place. Zach, you're off today and tomorrow. How did you work that? Wait a minute, Zach, who do you know? How did you get 2 days off in a row? Jen says we don't spring forward until the 30th of March. That's right. You told me that. But you know, I'm not going to remember. So Wednesday, you're probably going to have to tell me again. I'm sorry. You know how I am. Zach says Sunita goes on tonight at 6. That's right. She's doing Mondays again. If you did not catch her live on Tuesday, Butterfly Jeannie joined her on panel. So Jeannie might be coming back. I miss Jeannie. Sam says, and we fall back on the 30th, Jennifer. So I don't know what that does to all my phone reminders for the lives. Eh, They'll go with you. Sunita comes on after you. No, you're 4 to 5, 5 to, yeah, she does. Okay. Yes, her dolls are darling. Her dolls are beyond darling. You weren't sure? I know top chat should not be the default, Zach. I agree. Live chat should be the default, and then you change it to top chat if you want. Yeah, I don't know about YT sometimes. I really, really don't. There's my sis Andrea. Hello, hello. And you're multitasking. See, I am so green with envy. I was just saying earlier that I can't multitask like I used to. And yeah, I miss it. Michelle says, of course not. I will look after I finish the kids' snacks. That's okay. I'll just put you all on hold and I'll go get it. I know where it is. It's sitting by my it's sitting on the love seat with the yarn. It just hasn't had anything done with it lately. Happy Sam, thank you so very much. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. That is awesome of you. Because I couldn't even remember where I got it from. I must say, I like the new StreamYard countdown music better than the old StreamYard countdown music. I really, 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 really do. So yeah, that's the pattern, Nana. And it's not hard. It's just that I had something else I wanted to do. And now it's gotten warm. She'll have them for next year, and then next year she'll want a different color. Thank you, Sam. I appreciate it. Loopy says, I might just need to go make some coffee. The caffeine need is real, and soon I'll be watching the niece tonight. I knew somebody said something about coffee. Go for it, Loopy. How long will you have your niece? Pebbles says, I am still under the weather. Oh, Pebbles, no idea that everyone would be under the weather this past weekend. Oh, honey, do you have a cold? Nothing serious, I hope. Teresa, welcome in. So good to see you. How are you? Thank you for coming. It's not hard. No, Jen, you know if I can do it, it's not hard. And there is Sanita. It's at 5 p.m. Central and 6 p.m. Eastern. Because I was like, that's not right. Yeah, it is. How you doing, girlfriend? What's in your cup and what is on your hook? Marsha Lee says, I am currently working on a mosaic blanket. I finally got the stitches down pat. Yay! So I am making a commitment to this one. I am so happy for you. That is awesome. And for those who aren't aware, Marsha Lee is visually impaired. So anything that she crochets is a major boon. Zach says, I don't know. Monday and Tuesday have been my regular days off for weeks now. I just follow the schedule. Well, I was not aware. My bad. Marshall says, Yay, Jenny Boo is back. Woohoo. Well, I don't know if she's back. She might be coming back. Let me see, she was in somebody's chat, a couple days before, and then she was on Sunita's. I think she was on Granny D's on Monday in the chat, and then she was live with Sunita on Tuesday. Lacey says, I agree with that too. If you forget, you miss seeing people in top. Yeah, you miss seeing people in top chat. I don't know why that is the default. I really don't. Angela says, I have the TV on just for the noise, but I'm going on a cross and get ready to get some chicken in the air fryer for chicken sandwiches for tonight. Okay, okay. Well, yeah, leave me on the TV. Go get your chicken together. I I don't know what I'm gonna have for dinner tonight. I might just have some cereal. Lately, if they got rid of Top Chat, I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad either. I really wouldn't. It would make my life so much simpler. Pebble says, "Oh goodness, Ola Joe is here." Yeah, I should have seen that yarn ship doc. Kristen, welcome in. Good to see you. How are you? What's in your cup and what is on your hook? And there is Thrifty. How are you doing? Same question. You're not at work today, are you? Everybody is speaking. Michelle says, I am so sorry, Pebbles. Feel better soon. This crazy weather is hot and then it's cold. And then it rains and it's windy and then it's cold. And then it's hot and then it's just too much. Yes, happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. The luck of the Irish to you. Dory says hi to everybody she missed. Thrifty is still enjoying her vacation. Yay! When do you have to go back to work? Jeanette, welcome in. Good to see you. How are you? How are you feeling? Pebble says on the second antibiotic day 4, I'm staying strong. Girl. Oh, don't forget to eat your yogurt. Yeah, antibiotics always gives me a yeast infection. It's just like it kills everything and then the yeast takes over. I'm like, gosh. Pebbles is saying hi to Rebecca. Marshalise says, if you check her community post, she made a post that she can't wait to be back. Yeah, well, yeah, but that was the post from 6 months back. That's an old post. Loopy says just a few hours while her mom and dad go out for the evening. Ooh, I am excited to share some crochet with her. I'm soon going to buy the kid her own hook set. Yay, that is awesome. Dinky Jen is in the ads, so everybody should be in the ads. I hope. Let me go over here and see what's going on because I tried something different today. Let's see if it worked. Oh, I don't have it. Okay, Jen's got ads. I don't have ads over here. Is anybody else in the ads? Just click off of it and come back. But if that's the first ad and it's 323, it worked. Yay. I had to go on the YT side and I was able to set my timer in YT. So hopefully that works out better instead of ads every and then Michelle, I did what we talked about. I made all of the ads at the same time. I am having ribs for dinner and a little slaw. So you're not gonna believe it, but I really don't have a taste for ribs. Jeanette says I'm making hats for the homeless veterans. Zach says I'm having hot dogs tonight. I had a chili dog last night. I don't think I want one tonight. Irma, welcome in. Good to see you. How are you? Is any so nobody's having uh corned beef and cabbage? I don't have any corned beef. I do have cabbage. I might have a potato that hasn't gone to seed. Hmm. I don't have corned beef. Dory just ate one scrambled egg, no green ham. No green ham? You have eggs? Lacey says, I am Irish and Cherokee, and my last name used to be Luck. Really? And having that name taught me to believe in blessings. Amen. Amen. I believe in the power of prayer. Michelle had an ad. Dory did not have an ad. Michelle, it was your second set? Really? Really? Zach says, I had a set of ads, one for Adidas shoes and one for Vector cereal. I don't know Vector cereal. Teresa says, I'm drinking sweet tea and eating pizza. Ooh, what kind of pizza? Michelle says, did you say so? There goes your invite. That's okay. It's just. And slaw is cabbage. Slaw is raw cabbage. I'm thinking cooked cabbage. There's a difference between raw and cooked. Don't try to confuse me. I know the difference. Babel says, I love cabbage with carrots. I don't think I've ever had carrots in my cabbage. I may have. It's not coming to me, but I like cabbage. I don't have a problem with it. Lacey is making chocolate chip pancakes. Girl, don't. I'm glad my daughter's not here because she would be over there with her plate. She loves chocolate chip pancakes. Pebble says cabbage is great, boiled, fried, and rolled. You know what? I haven't had a cabbage roll since my mother was living because she used to make cabbage rolls. I've never made one. Well, no, I have baked cabbage with Polish sausage, and it was okay. It wasn't my favorite, but I haven't made a cabbage roll ever. I don't know why, but I haven't. Okay, Lacey, Dory's coming over as well. Make another batch. Jeanette says, we're Matt Happy Hats. If anyone wants to join in and help, goal is 4,000 hats. Jeanette, I understood. Rita Pacheco, welcome in. It is so good to see you. How have you been? What is in your cup and what is on your hook? Zach says raw cabbage is good, cooked cabbage is gross. It depends upon how they cook it. And I like red cabbage too. And Rita's sending hugs everywhere. Oh, Teresa has 3 meat pizza. Okay. Rita says, I usually make corned beef and cabbage, but I'm the only one that eats it. I love it. That's a lot of work for one person. It really is. It really is. But sometimes you just have to treat yourself. Marshall Lee says, I love cabbage and corned beef with some wet rice. And that's how us Jamaicans eat it. Yummy. Or add some salt fish to it. I know salt fish is a big thing in Jamaica, and I did try it when I was in Jamaica. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan. Pebble says, "Oh, VJ, we made cabbage rolls last week. Fat ones and skinny ones. Pebbles. Now you're gonna make me want to make cabbage rolls. Hmm. Crystal, welcome in. How you doing? Come on out of the ads. It's all good. You meant white rice? Okay, because some people make wet rice and all kinds of stuff. Yes, Michelle says yes to the red cabbage. Yes, yes. Izzy, how you doing? Are you feeling better? What is in your cup and what is on your hook? Dory likes all cabbage. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I really am. Lacey says, I make them easy. I use Martha White's muffin mix and add an egg. Really? And then you just put the chocolate chips in? DC, are you in the truck or are you still on vacation? Kristen's grandmother made cabbage rolls and she loved them. See, that's the thing. My mother always made them and I never thought about making them. Irma says, nope, having Mexican. Zach says, now I got ads for mini wheats. No more cereal ads, please. Zach, you should have only had one set of ads. YT is not behaving. Jen says, my other live has no ads yet. Weird. I can't explain it. I cannot explain it. Susan, welcome in. Good to see you. How are you? Susan made corned beef and cabbage with potatoes. Yep, yep. Izzy, I have not seen Kelly. No. She might be lurking, but she hasn't said anything. Mentally or physically, whichever one you want to share. It's up to you. Crystal says, love to cook cabbage with smoked sausage, onions, and peppers. And you're in the darned old truck. I'm so sorry. Chris says fermented cabbage is best. You mean like kimchi? I can have kimchi in very small doses. One of my little cousins makes kimchi, and her mother keeps saying, I haven't seen her mother in over a year. She keeps saying that she's going to bring me some. She makes homemade kimchi and kubacha. I bought some once just to see how it tasted. I was not a fan. Lacey says since they have a variety of muffin mixes, there's lots of variety. No, they're chocolate chip muffin mix. Really? Chocolate chip, strawberry, blueberry, and a lot of others. Wow. Okay. See, we don't have a big variety of them here now. It the stores here in St. Louis are tailored for what they think that area wants. And if you want something different, you have to go to another store the next town over. It's craziness. Chris says hand stretch time. Hand stretch. Izzy says mentally, no. I am so sorry, baby girl. Put something on your hook. Help ease that. Crochet is my therapy. Help ease your mental. And physically, you feel great. That's awesome. That is awesome because, girl, it is bad when mentally and physically you're in the toilet. Zach says, one thing I've never tried is kimchi. Yeah, I can do it in small doses. Susan says, I love Reuben sandwiches. I love Reuben sandwiches, and my daughter won't even try it. I'm like, just taste it. It's good. She won't even taste it. I love a good Reuben. When I go to see my father-in-law, and I ask him what he wants me to pick up for lunch on my way in, he says, "Oh, go by the Arby's and bring me a Reuben." And I'm like, of all the restaurants around here, you really want Arby's? He says, "Yep." I said, "What do you want with it?" French fries. I said, "Do you want the waffle cup cut?" He said, "Nope, I want regular fries." I said, "Okay, Dad, I'm on my way." I'm like, "Okay, yeah." He's like, I want a Reuben and French fries. I'm like, "Okay." Zach says, "Dad loves those." Yep, my father. And you know what? It was him asking me to go pick them up that I discovered Arby's had Reubens. I had no idea they even had them because I don't usually go to Arby's. Crystal says our store is that way, and finding healthy food is hell in my ear. There is that. And even when my stores have, because like we have a little chain called Schnucks. In January, they have a healthy section trying to help people with their New Year's resolutions. But their healthy section is not that healthy to me. Rita says she loves kimchi. Ooh, go ahead, go ahead. Michelle says yes, girl, Reuben sandwiches are delish. They really are. Thrifty is not a fan of Reuben. What part of it don't you like? Is it the corned beef or is it the sauce? What or do you just not like sauerkraut? Pebble says make the Reuben on Hawaiian rolls like sliders. Pebbles. That's sinful. Make the Reuben on Hawaiian rolls. How did you come up with that? I never would have thought of that. That's sinful. Kimchi is fermented cabbage. It's it's like Chinese cabbage, and if I remember correctly, when they do it in China, they made it in a crock and buried it in the ground. And when they thought that it was fermented enough, then they'd go dig it up. It's supposed to be really good for you, supposed to be really healthy, and it's supposed to help you lose weight. It's just what they say. But it's fermented cabbage. Crystal says healthy junk is what they can find here. Things that are labeled to look healthy but ain't. Oh, like those 100 pack cookies. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And see, the thing is if they tell you it's low fat, they add more sugar to make it palatable. And if it says low sugar, then they add more fat to make it palatable. Very few things in America say low fat, low sugar. And that's what one thing that they were saying is that America has too many additives in their food. And if you go to the UK and you buy the same kind of ketchup, theirs doesn't have sugar. And when they asked the manufacturer, why does the American ketchup have sugar? They were told Americans won't eat it if it doesn't have sugar. We were raised on sugar and high fructose corn syrup. So now if we don't have it, it doesn't taste good. But the Europeans weren't raised that way and they don't get it with sugar in it. Lacey says, my brother is a big wig at Schnucks. He's been there since 1979. Really? Do you have Schnucks in Illinois or is your brother here in Missouri? Wow. Cabbage steaks are delicious. I made cabbage steaks once, and I probably need to practice with that because I was not a fan. I was not a fan. Rita says kimchi tastes good when you're eating beans with shanks and rice. Oh, now see, my grandmother used to make cha cha, and we had cha cha with our beans or greens. She didn't make, or she'd make sauerkraut to go with the potatoes and Polish sausage. She didn't make kimchi. Yeah, she made cha cha. Thrifty says nothing about is good to me. On positive note, had fun thrift shopping today and had good luck on St. Patrick's Day on finding yarn. Yay! That's awesome. See, you had good luck on St. Patrick's Day and you found yarn. That is awesome. And you don't like anything about the rule. It's not for everybody. It is not for everybody. And Michelle says they are amazing. I probably just did not cook mine correctly because I was not a fan. It was not, it was okay. I just was not a fan. Pebble says cut all the rolls, build sandwich from bottom, place top and bake in oven, feeds a party. Oh, and then you bake the whole thing in the oven? Oh, you're welcome. Girl, I learned something new on every live. You know that. Come over here. Inquiring minds want to know. Crystal says, I prefer them to add fiber to negate the carbs personally. Yeah, good luck with that. Our manufacturers don't seem to know how to do that. I, I, I maybe we'll get better. I'm not holding my breath. I love my no sugar added ketchup. I think that's what I have now. I have acquired, and that's the thing, you have to acquire a taste for it. And if you, because, okay, when I was switching my family from the white stuff that I grew up with to the brown stuff, they said start adding a little brown to the white. And each time you cook it, add a little more brown until you get to the point where it's all brown. And as people get used to the texture and the taste, once they get to the all brown, they're good with it. So I don't have any. The only white thing I have in my house is a bag of white rice that was given to me, but it's white rice with protein. So it does have the, so Crystal, that it does have the added protein. It's not the fiber, but it's the protein. Crystal says, I buy sugar-free ketchup. I can't eat the other kind. I had to get a taste for it. Michelle says there are schnooks in Illinois. Are there? Well, you know I don't cross that bridge because you know what happens when I cross the bridge. So that's why I have to ask. Lacey says they want Americans to be fat and keep them going to the doctor. Yeah. And then they start prescribing medication, which has a side effect that you have to have another medication for, which has a side effect that you have to have another medication for. Yeah. Score. Dorothy, welcome in. Good to see you. How are you? How was your weekend? What is in your cup and what is on your hook? Lacey, did you get storms where you were? Pebble says, so true, Lacey. I cook my own. See? Oh, Lacey says, my brother is here in Evansville, Indiana now, but he's worked at other stores and spent time in St. Louis and went to Champaign/Urbana for their start years ago. Oh, wow. So he went from Missouri to Illinois to Indiana. Okay. Okay. Michelle says, I cook mine with garlic infused EVOO and pink sea salt. I just throw the garlic in. I don't add the EVOO. Crystal says there is some that do add fiber, but it's a niche market. That's very niche. They add fiber, really? Thrifty says, Michelle, one store and I got 3 giant bags full. Oh my gosh. You didn't bring them in the house, did you? You put them out on the back porch, right? Michelle says, true, because my kids ate it and I don't care. See? Yep. But then when my kids went to school and they started giving them the white stuff, then they got addicted. And now they're both obese. Thrifty says, Lacey, I'm from Fort Wayne, Indiana, home of the genealogy library. Pebble says, no white granulated sugar in my house, though I still eat my rice. I only eat white rice if I'm going out and I can't get brown rice, but I try to go places that have brown rice. And Michelle and I found this little Chinese place next to where we go get where we go to crochet, and they have rice noodles. So I can get the rice noodles instead of the white noodles. Kinda. It's probably white rice, but it looks brown. Crystal says, Lacey, that is a whole subject I can go on full tirade. Don't do full tirade. Just give us the facts. Just the facts. Don't get up on the soapbox. I put the soapbox in the corner. Jennifer says Sonic is on 3,894 subs. Anyone interested? He's doing a big giveaway for 4,000. Congratulations. That is awesome. So if anybody's interested, go and Norina. Yes, you did scare me. How are you? I was going to say, if anybody's interested in the 4,000 giveaway, go over to Sonic, sign up, give him, share the love, show him some love. How are you, Norina? What's in your cup? What's on your hook? How's your weather? What you been up to? Soyla, hello. How are you? And Mama Inez and Esteban. How's everything over there? Dorothy says, I am good doing my first corner to corner blanket and water in my cup. Oh, good luck with that. Those corner to corners are cute. You just have to keep up with the count, or it'll be a little off kilter, but they are cute. Pebble says, Golden, I just jumped. What an entrance. Lacey says, me too, Divergent. I don't even go to doctors anymore, and my health is better for it. I haven't been to a doctor since December 2019. That is awesome. That is awesome. Everybody is saying that they are good. It is so good to see you, Norina. Crystal says most medical conditions that are commonly treated, like high blood pressure, cholesterol, early onset diabetes, can be treated with diet and herbs, but that is too much work. Well, see, they don't learn nutrition and they don't learn herbology. That is its own specialty. They don't teach that in medical school. That is a whole separate specialty, and they have to train under herbologists, and most doctors don't take the time to go to school to learn the dietary needs. That's why when they want you to change your diet, they send you to a dietitian, because they don't know how to do it. And I'm just being honest. Lacey says, I stick with the browns too. It's much healthier. Exactly. The browns, and you get so much more fiber and more, you get all the nutrients. Chris says, no longer use ketchup, now use blue cheese dressing. Mm-hmm. Yep, and it's got the natural fermentation organisms. Jasmine rice I grew up on. Now, see, that's the thing. I know they say jasmine rice, but do we have time for a field trip? Okay, we got time for a field trip. Everybody buckle up. We're going on a field trip, because this is something I've wanted to know, and I just never took the time to find out about it. So we're going to go find out about it. Inquiring minds want to know, and my middle name is Question. So here we go. Aren't you proud of me? I remembered to change the tab. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. Okay, jasmine rice. How is jasmine rice different from regular rice? Jasmine rice, a long grain variety, is known for its distinct floral aroma and slightly sticky, fluffy texture when cooked, contrasting with the drier, more separate grains of typical long grain white rice. Here's a more detailed comparison. I want to know, is it made out of jasmine? Here's a more detailed comparison, but you don't tell me. Okay, here we go. Longer and thinner than short grain rice, with a slightly sticky texture. Not as sticky as glutinous. Grains are separate and fluffy when cooked with a drier texture compared to jasmine rice. Oh, long grain white rice has a drier texture compared to jasmine rice. Jasmine rice has a distinct floral aroma and a slightly sweet, nutty flavor. Regular long grain white rice lacks the strong aroma of jasmine rice and has a more neutral, slightly starchy flavor. Is similar in nutrition to regular white rice as both are refined and have had the bran and germ removed. Well, huh. Is jasmine rice healthier than white rice? Jasmine rice also has slightly fewer carbohydrates than white rice, which can be beneficial because a diet high in carbohydrates can raise your blood pressure and cause health issues like coronary heart disease and type 2 diabetes. You'll gain more fiber by choosing jasmine rice over white rice. Okay, jasmine is higher than white, but they're both refined. So, okay, let's see. Is jasmine rice healthier than brown rice? Inquiring minds want to know. See, this is what used to frustrate my mother. I want to know. HEALTHIER then. See, somebody else wanted to know too. It's not just me. Brown rice is generally considered healthier than white jasmine rice because it retains the bran and germ layers, which are rich in fiber, vitamins, and minerals, while white rice has these layers removed during processing. There you have it, and there we are. So good to see you, Zoila. Everybody speaking to Zoila. It's good to have you back. Noreena's doing good. I'm doing well, thank you. You have new hooks in the works? Okay. Yep, I love blue cheese too. I really do. Michelle says, Zoila, so good to see you. Sending you much love. Yep, everybody's great. That is awesome. Norina says, the usual hot iced tea and another heart collector shawl on my hook. Wow, that's awesome. Okay, there is Sonic's link. Thank you, Dinky Jen. Everybody is speaking. Lacey says, I pray to the best doctor, the Most High, through his son. They are my doctors. Yes, yes. Michelle says, guys, let's be careful giving medical opinions because we never know what someone is dealing with. We're just giving facts. They can do with it as they choose. We're not telling them to do things. Consult your doctor. Crystal says, I have always felt there should be a medical team where you have a nutritionist, herbalist, physical therapy, chiropractor, and OD. Work on that. I agree. Work on that. I got to get away from sugar, but it is hard. It is hard. It really is hard. Start off slow. Yeah, we have to go see. Because you don't know what to do unless you know what your options are. Just like us Jamaicans, we use more natural foods for medicinal purposes. Because think about it, back in the day, they didn't have all the medicines that we have now. Thank you. I love a good field trip too, because knowledge is power. It really is. You have to do your research. All medical opinions are the opinions of the poster, usually due to anecdotal evidence. Always consult with your doctor or pharmacist. There you go. Oh, I've loaded up the bus, Zoila, but in case somebody falls off the bus. Hi, Granny. Hands here, so that's why I haven't made it over till now. She's still here, so I'm just popping in. Thank you so much, Granny. And is Hannah helping you get some things done? Yes, that's all I use, jasmine rice. What I do is rinse it 3 times and cook it in a rice cooker. Okay. Okay. I mean, it tastes good. I sometimes get it at the Indian restaurant. It tastes good. It's just that, um, my system. Lacey says, Zoila, it makes it so much easier when you don't keep it in your house. I eat mostly fruits. There is that. Crystal says, Zoila, choose one item that you commonly eat with sugar and remove it from your diet, like Coke, or switch to zero sugar for 21 days. That is a good idea. No, jasmine rice. We were talking about jasmine rice, not because when I typed in jasmine, the first thing that came up was Crockett. And see, my palate is not that sensitive. I don't get the flowery taste. But then I'm putting sog and everything else on top of it and red chilies. So I've probably just killed the taste of the rice. Granny is saying a blanket howdy, love, and hugs for all, over and out. Bye, my granny. Dory says, yes, I do. I hope to be able to get into it. Yeah, please. Michelle says, Jasmine is Daisy's little sister. So says, DC, thanks for the suggestion. I truly appreciate it. Yeah. Irma says, good day, folks. Hubby finished with tests, so leaving hospital and heading home. Have a blessed day. You too, Irma. Be safe out there. Watch out for the crazies. And Susan saying hi to Granny D. Everybody speaking to Granny. Yeah, I'm happy that she's interesting. And if you cook things with sugar, try substituting Splenda because it's stevia mixed with a little bit of sugar. And then as you get used to like I said before, start substituting, add the, combine them and just keep adding a little bit more each time you use it until you have swapped over. Michelle says, Zoila, I am probably the big sister, but it's all love. How are you doing today? Crystal says, how about sprouted brown rice versus brown rice? I like bean sprouts. I've never tried sprouting rice. Marsha Lee says, that's the kind of rice my mom used, jasmine. And with me being a diabetic, that works best for me than regular rice. Maybe one day get your mother to try brown rice, Marsha Lee, and see how you do with that. Charlotte said, thanks for the lesson on rice. I also like basmati rice. I like basmati rice too. Maybe next time we'll look up the difference between jasmine rice and basmati rice because we only have 2 minutes before Dory goes live. Yes, I usually use brown rice. Like I said, I use brown everything. Zarla says, Michelle, I'm feeling so much better after mom's medication change. You feel better after mom's medication change, girl. You needed it. Michelle says, perfect, sending you hugs as you support her and care for your son. Amen. Zoila needs it. Lacey says, I'm just saying what has worked for me. Last year, I got through shingles with prayer. I hurt my hip the end of January and could barely walk and just kept praying about it. There you go, Lacey. And there's nothing wrong with that. Sarah, hello, hello. How are you? Thank you for coming. And girl, thank you for spending. Was that my grandfather or was it the other grandfather? And Sarah, they want to know what colorway was that purple scarf that you posted. And Zoila posted about Norina's hooks. Michelle says, see, she asked. I didn't know if you were there with the babies. You are Laura. Welcome in. Thank you for coming. How are you? How is your stained glass coming along? Pebbles says, I guess formative years in Philippines and Japan, limited potatoes. Oh, well, yeah, I guess so. Mishi, hello, how are you? Happy St. Patrick's Day. Did you have any damage in your area? I saw the wildfires and I'm going, oh, good. That's not where Mishi is. But Mishi, are you okay? I know you said you were in the car and it was getting dark and scary. It was a mess. Sarah says, oh, wait, hold on. It may be cool. I saw the pictures of the wildfires on YT and I just couldn't believe it. Lacey says, you're welcome, Zoila. I don't have a car. And if I get a craving, that means I have to go somewhere in my electric wheelchair. And that usually stops me, especially late at night. Girl, I don't even go most places in my car late at night. Crystal says, I don't claim to know all, but I will say I have a hyperfixation on reading medical research papers for a time due to trying to understand my issues and how to fix them. There you go. Knowledge is power. And and we're just giving suggestions. So it's kind of like, try it if you feel comfortable with it. If not, speak to your doctor and see if he has something comparable that he feels would be as well for you. Me, she's listening from work. Okay, Michelle, it is cool. Hi, Angela. Angela, do you know I've never had yellow rice except for like the rice aroni? And I don't eat rice aroni anymore since I found out it was vermicelli. You don't eat rice as much as you should. Actually, Jennifer, it's a starch, so you really can be okay without rice unless you do brown rice. Crystal says, oh, to add to the team, I suggested earlier a medical advocate that reports all info between those medical professionals I suggested. And if you get sick, check with your insurance company. Sometimes they will assign you a nurse advocate. When I was in treatment, my insurance company assigned me a nurse advocate to keep up with all the various departments and what was happening. My other grandfather, he may need to go to the step before hospice. Oh, my oldest and I are his most time caretakers now. I am so sorry, Sarah. I am so sorry. How is your other son? Is he still in care? Marsha Lee says, actually, VJ, we use both brown rice and the jasmine. There you go. Do you combine them? Just some trees. Bless the Lord. Yay. That is awesome. Pebble says, I eat rice, my fave carb, rinsed well. Some plants like the water from the rinse. Yes, they do. Some plants like the water from the rinse. Yes, knowledge is power. We're just throwing it out there. Crystal loves yellow rice and Greek food. Really? Now, here's the other thing. I have now that you say that, I have seen yellow rice, but I thought they had added saffron to it. So it's not white rice with saffron added, it's actual yellow rice. Oh. Pebble says, blessed to have two doctors. One prefers natural. That's the way. Yep. Yep. I love that, Pebbles. Hugs and sending my best vibes to you and yours, Sarah. Sarah says, thank you, Chris. Kind of happened overnight, but at least I'm in a position where we can help him. Yes. That is so sad. I am so sorry. Angelise, good afternoon. How are you? How's the scarf coming? Narina says the only yellow rice I've seen has been from saffron. See, and Sarah's youngest will be in care until at least July. Probably better for him. I know it's hard on you, and I'm sorry. Lacey says, I bake my rice when I make stir fry in the oven. I bake a bunch of stir fry and store it so I can eat it later. You bake your rice? Really? The only time I bake rice is when I make rice pudding. Jen says, I threw away 2 portions of microwave rice today as they were out of date from January. Oh, I've never microwaved rice. Crystal says, Sarah, please take care of yourself as well. It is hard on caretakers. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And Arena is ringing the bell on the yellow rice. Okay. And it is 4:05, and I did not get a notice from I did not get a notice from Dory, and the YT does not say, wait a minute, what happened? Can Dory not get on? Let's see what's happening here. Hold on, everybody. Where is Dory? Okay, it says live here. Okay, this is not the one. She had 2 lives scheduled for today. Okay, hold on. We've got to go the old-fashioned way. Here is the link for where she is now. I'm going to do the outro. I knew I was going to pick the wrong one because she had 2 scheduled. Thank you, Norina. Here is Dory. I'm going to do the outro and we will do the VJ raid. I don't know how I should have known which one to pick, but everybody have a blessed day. Stay safe. And I will see you all over at Dory's. Here is the outro.